What's going on, guys? This is DaWoblefet, and more mechanics tests time. This one is going to be very specifically related to abilities. I'm wrapping up some research on how different abilities function. Also, that's a decent bit of lag. Let's see here. Right, left. Oh, yeah. It's not that bad. We'll go ahead and go with it. Anyway, so I have a few tests that I need to do with abilities. I forgot I had these Rayquaza in there. That's funny. So let's go ahead and load up some stuff. Yeah, so we recently did some abilities research based on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and we determined something really cool with it. I'll go ahead and pull that list up as well, so you guys can see what I'm looking at once I launch Pikahex anyway. Getting everything booted up. I probably should have done this before I started, but it'd be fine. Listen to some Castlevania music, so it can't be that bad. Alright, let's go ahead and hop back over here. I believe I've showed this off before on the channel, but this is a list of, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, how ability effects will fail. So what happens is they've got like a general list of like abilities that are banned. This is a general list. And then for specific effects, they have different like lookups after that point. So like, for example, for a skill swap, what it does in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is it uses all the general bands, and then it uses Illusion and Wide Guard in addition to it. And same thing kind of for a roleplay. The roleplay target uses all the general bands, and then it has like a list of them. And then for something like these guys, they like inherit from these lists, and it's kind of like the same thing. So like Trace inherits also from roleplay, things like that. And like something like Core Enforcer or Gaster Acid use all the general bands. So we can use this as a really handy way of telling which effects are blocked. Like for example, if I want to ask the question, what can you not do with Wonder Guard? So Wonder Guard, you cannot. Wonder Guard is not in the general bands, so that means that you are able to negate it with Core Enforcer. Presumably you can hit it in the first place. Gaster Acid, Simple Beam can override it. Worries you can override it. Mummy can override it. You can override it. You cannot override it with Skill Swap because of this. You can't do anything with roleplay with it. You can't Receiver or Power of Alchemy yet. You can trace it. Trace is Wonder Guard is explicitly allowed to trace, and Entrainment inherits from trace. So that means that you can use this to, like, if Shedinja ever got Entrainment, like maybe through Mimic or something, then you can give Wonder Guard to something else. But basically, you can use that as a way to figure out like which abilities are affected, things of that nature. Now, this is an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon list of ability effects that will fail. So I had so there's only a few abilities in Sword and Shield that have different behavior. So like Neutralizing Gas, As One, Hunger Switch, Gulp Missile, and Ice Face. So As One, Gulp Missile, and Ice Face all cannot be negated by Gaster Acid. So if you look at that, Gaster Acid, the only listing that it uses for that is the general bands. So that means that As One, Gulp Missile, and Ice Face are in the general bands. And what that means is you can't skill swap them, you can't roleplay them, all those things, which have already been independently tested, so we know how those work. The only ones that are a little bit different are Neutralizing Gas and Hunger Switch. So by Neutralizing Gas here, I mean the ability itself. So you can negate Neutralizing Gas with Gastro Acid. However, you cannot skill swap Neutralizing Gas. So what that means is that Neutralizing Gas would be in here, but not in here. Same thing with roleplay. Neutralizing Gas would be in here, but again, not in here. And so that's kind of the difference there. And it's the same way with Hunger Switch. So both Hunger Switch and Neutralizing Gas are in here and here. And then they just, do stuff like that. The two new ability effects, which are, again, Neutralizing Gas. Neutralizing Gas uses all general bands. So you can use Neutralizing Gas to negate Illusion. You can use Neutralizing Gas to negate Wonder Guard. That's not something that's weird. You know, you can use it to negate Trace. You can use it to negate Imposter. All those sorts of things. Neutralizing Gas will not stop. And then the other effect is Wandering Spirit, which is basically just skill swap. Haven't seen anything that's different for skill swap. So anyway, that's kind of cool. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be testing a couple other things that are down here that are relevant. One of the things that's particularly relevant is how Entrainment versus Truant works. And we're going to have some fun with that. But let's go ahead and load back into the game. And this is all me explaining, so I didn't actually get to load up any of my tests. So I need to connect. And we need to go to like, let's find an open box. Yeah, we'll go to box 18 and we'll inherit to box 19. So we'll go ahead and grab these guys. Grab a Pessimian. We're going to need this one anyway, so we got Pessimian here now. I want to test Neutralizing Gas versus a few different effects. So I'll go ahead and I'll grab a Wheezing. This will do. Okay, we got a Wheezing here now. I also want Zen Mode somewhere. Let's see if I have that in game. I want to get everything ready. There's no abilities that start with Y. I didn't think I had it. This is level 1, so I'll just level this guy up. Okay, so we've got Zen Mode now. For some reason it's marked as illegal. I must learn it only by level up or something. Nah, whatever, I don't care. Okay. I also need ability index 0, so I need just a generic Pokemon with ability index 0. So do. So I was Healing Wish, which will actually be helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one ability index 0. I don't actually know how this will work. So if I head back over to box 19, you can see. So you see now it has like a dash for its ability. That means its ability index 0. It has different properties. Trace is the one that's particularly weird with it. If I go ahead and I grab another Pokemon and I give it Trace, I give it Skill Swap. We should be able to check to see also how the Trace behavior works with it. And then all these other ones I don't need. For Zen Mode, I need a couple more. We'll just go ahead and grab this. Okay, and then we'll do anything else with Zen Mode here? I think we also need to do this. Okay. And I also need... a Truant Pokemon. Okay, Truant. Okay, we can grab both of these. Sorry, I'm getting everything ready here. And I think I should cover it. Got some new Pokemon in here. I think these are all real Pokemon, so let me go ahead and put them back. I'm kind of mixing up my hacked Mons with my real Pokemon, which is usually a bad thing to do. Not very organized. I know this Rayquaza is hacked. Alright. Now that we got all this out of the way, we'll do some of the real tests first. The quote, real tests. Which isn't really that many. Mostly this. I'll just put as many Pokemon in my box as I can. See if I can do anything with these guys. There's actually quite a few. So I should be able to pull off quite a bit here. We'll go ahead and save. And let's get this show on the road. Okay. So you just saw that Neutralizing Gas went off there. My Dynamax does have Zen Mode, so we're going to go ahead and use Belly Drum. And I should be able to transform just fine. Yep. Now I am a happy snowman. Or an angry snowman, depending on how you want to look at it. Come on, show me the snowman. I want to see the snowman. Nope, not me. The snowman. Snowman, snowman, snowman. Yeah, snowman. Oh, he's just so funny. He bounces and bounces. One of my favorites. We'll go ahead and switch out to this guy. And then we'll go ahead and heal. Back to full. And so the reason I'm healing back to full is just so that way I can be back into... I think it's normal mode? I don't know what it's actually called, officially. I don't think... No, it's not normal mode. It's standard mode. Or standard form, one of the two. Now I'm no longer the bouncy boy. Now I got a big head. Okay. So if I try to override stuff with Entrainment here, it will not work. So either trying to give my other guy... immobilized by love. It's okay. We'll go ahead and just try some more stuff. Roleplay. I only have to get the entrainment side to work a couple times, but that should fail. Yep. Oh, come on. Keep attacking my Darmanitan as well. If I try to use Simple Beam, that won't work either. Notice that this says, but it failed. Oh my goodness! Come on! Darmanitan! Okay, and if I use Worry Seed, that'll also say but it failed into the Dart of Mana 10. There you go, finally. Entrainment, still but it failed. Shocker. Worry Seed working there, or not working there, is also equivalent to using Gas or Acid to prove that something is not working. So, let's go ahead and use Simple Beam into this guy. And I'll go ahead and use Role Play as well. I'm using Simple Beam here, so now I'm overriding it to be simple. Role Play, still gonna fail, yep. So notice when I now use Simple Beam into this Milcery, then I'll switch into my Truant Pokemon. Simple Beam. You notice how it says, but it failed. So, if I attempt to use Simple Beam into a Pokemon that already has Simple, it says, but it failed. If I use Simple Beam into a Pokemon that doesn't have Simple, it also, it says, one of those unchangeable effects, it also says, but it failed. But what happens if I use Simple Beam into Truant? Oh, it also says, but it failed. Huh. Oh, it doesn't return something different. Okay. Sure. Alright, what happens if I use Worry Seed into Truant? See, okay, Worry Seed says it doesn't affect Electabuzz. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So, Worry Seed says it doesn't affect Electabuzz. Interesting, okay. Not... so, Simple Beam... Simple Beam into Truant, but it failed. It might still have different properties. Yeah, shut up. Okay. So Worry Seed does have a different message when used into this guy. So if I use Worry Seed... Oh, we just saw that, so we don't need to see it again. But if I use Worry Seed now to override the Milcery... I remember I found this a while ago, so I'll switch back into my Darmanitan. Well, we already saw it with Darmanitan. With Darmanitan, it says, but it failed. But, I mean, we'll check it out again, just to be sure. See, now this guy has Insomnia. So if I use Worry Seed into it, he says it doesn't affect Milcery. But if I use it into my Darmanitan, it says, but it failed. Notice the difference there. There is a difference, by the way. One occurs much earlier in the checksum before move success on the other. But anyway, so if I try to use the same thing, so if I use Entrainment into Truant, I want to see if that fails. If it just says, but it failed or not. I haven't gotten this ability overwritten at all, right? Yeah, it's still been Vital Spirit this whole time. So if I use Entrainment into Truant, but it failed again. Okay. And now I want to try... Okay, they're both... Okay, this is also but it failed. I'm making notes here. So some of them use but it failed and some of them don't. Into Truant, Insomnia. Doesn't affect Pokemon. Alright, so I think that tests pretty well all of those pretty reliably. And I don't know about the other, so I'll go ahead and I'll switch out. I'm going to have to do a couple more with Stomping Tantrum, so I will be also be able to test this guy next. So I'll switch in my Wheezing, and I'll also switch in my Tracemon. So this Azapulse has Trace, unlike the other Azelf. And it also just became confused. I will heal that. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and skill swap this to the opposing Milcery here. And so Trace will not activate here, because I've negated pretty well everything going on. And so if I switch out my Wheezing now, but I won't do that just yet. I'll go ahead and keep Wheezing out on the field, and I'll swap into my Null ability. And now if I switch out Neutralizing Gas into, say, Vital Spirit, which is a normal ability. I'll use Flatter, sure. Maybe the Milcery will behave if I do that. So Neutralizing Gas wears off, and Trace doesn't even activate. Now normally I'm pretty sure it should activate. So if I switch back into this guy, and I switch out Lopunny into this guy. Actually, I might need to get rid of its ability and replace it. I don't know if Neutralizing Gas is enough to get it to restart. Ability Index 0 plays weird with Trace in particular, which is what I'm testing right now. So if I switch out into now Vital Spirit again, because Vital Spirit can be traced normally. Yep, now Trace kicks in and takes Vital Spirit. The reason it didn't take the Vital Spirit before is because Ability Index 0 messes with it too much. It doesn't like that. So let's go ahead and test some more stuff with Ability Index 0. So I should be able to roleplay Ability Index 0. Yep. No problem there. By the way, if you're curious as to what Ability Index 0 does, it is absolutely nothing. It doesn't do jack squat. I should be able to give other Pokemon Ability Index 0. Yep. I should be able to overwrite Ability Index 0. I should be able to give it Ability Index 0 again and use Simple Beam as well, just to give you some examples. I can overwrite with Worry Seed as well. Oh, of course it confuses that one. Oh well. So now I'm going to switch into my receiver Pokemon, which I don't have. How do you bring a receiver to this one? Okay. Anyway, there's nothing too unusual there with ability X0. It behaves exactly like I would have expected it to. I'll test Skill Swap as well, just because I can. But Skill Swap shouldn't block ability in X0 either. Okay, I want this guy. I shouldn't need Neutralizing Gas or anything else. And I've got this one, which I can kill, right? Not easily. I need another regular Pokemon that I can kill very easily. This level 1 Ammonite will do perfectly fine. I don't need Truant anymore. I will need it, but not at this exact moment. I want Skill Swap. I'll go ahead and grab this Skill Swap one. And I'll later this one as well, just to prove that I can Skill Swap it. I love Castlevania music from Smash. Okay, I'll be able to Skill Swap just fine. I'm actually going to go ahead and kill the Milcery. Yep. No issues there. Oh, I leveled up the Ammonite. That's annoying. You can see now I have no ability, and this one has Sweet Bell. Okay. Now Azelf is back to having nothing, or back to having a regular ability, and Lopunny is back to having nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into Passimian, and use a Healing Wish, and I think this will not inherit it. Yep, doesn't look like it did. But if I go into Ammonite now, and I use Close Combat, so right click, this should kill it. Do I get Swift Swim? I do get Swift Swim, so it just basically skips over it. That's about what I would have expected to happen. I don't believe there's anything else to be tested with this. Yeah. I think right now we're back to the part of our tests where we need to test where stuff is at, relatively speaking. So, although you might not be able to tell the difference, I strongly suspect that Truant into an Entrainment and Simple Beam into Entrainment into Truant and Simple Beam into Truant are different in the check stun before move success. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's see. Go ahead and pull it up. Check stun before move success. I need to update this list with the new information that we get from Crown Tundra as well. That's something that's on my to-do list. Alright. Let's hop back over to the order. And hopefully this working does not mean that it will kill it for me. Because occasionally, for some reason, it like, takes me to another page and tells me to clear my cache, but it didn't this time, which is good. Anyway, so if you look at here, Worry Seed when the target has Insomnia does double Stomping Tantrum, and it is quite early. It is minimally before, I think before move accuracy. It's before move accuracy. I think that's probably why I slotted it up there. Can't think of any reason why I would have Worry Seed that much higher. I think it's just because of that. Whereas something like Worry Seed into another thing. Worry Seed when the target has an unreplaceable ability, notably does not double Stomping Tantrum, and it occurs after move accuracy. So we can use this to help narrow down a couple other things as well. So I expect that all of the failures into Truant are going to be up here. This one is almost certainly going to be up here, the one in Truant. But let's go ahead and check over here on my test list. Worry Seed. Worry Seed ability failure, I say, is higher than accuracy. And Magic Code is higher than Worry Seed ability failure. That seems wrong. I must have called these two different things and not updated my tests or something. Insomnia. Yeah, I don't have Insomnia anywhere in here as well. Probably wouldn't hurt to double check that. I know that they are different. I probably didn't think they were different. I probably didn't think to check that they were different. But we'll go ahead and test all of those, basically. So I also know, on this side of things, that Entrainment, but it failed. I think that's, yeah, same ability. Target user cannot meet conditions for Entrainment. All that kind of stuff is down here in the general ability failures. So I think we can do is just, the only things we should have to test are Simple Beam. So let's see here. Simple Beam / Worry Seed / Entrainment into Truant before, after accuracy, before, after sub, I guess. Not sub. Sub doesn't block any of these things. Actually, sub... I don't remember if sub blocks Worry Seed or not. I don't think it does. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up. And that's kind of irrelevant. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, though. Before or after accuracy, doesn't double ST. That's basically what I'm wanting to look for here. So let's go ahead and just make a... Actually, let me go ahead and load up my Switch again. While we're waiting on this, we'll go ahead and connect to the internet because I'm going to need hacking access. Okay. I'm making some notes. Note-making time. And then we have, what's the other one? And I think also Simple Beam into Simple. So I need... Oh, nice, so cute. Okay. Okay. So we need our Truant Pokemon, which we have. It'd probably be better if this was not an Electabuzz, and if instead it was some, like, generic Pokemon that didn't take very much damage from stuff. So, Pokemon that can eat a Stomping Tantrum, just fine. Won't have any issue there. And neutral a target. How about a, well, let's look at a cool Pokemon. Do you have any cool Pokemon? Are there any cool Pokemon in this game? Cursula is pretty cool. Let's do a Cursula. It has a lot of... Actually, it's not very bulky at all. But it should be bulky enough. Actually, no. I need to make it a little bit bulkier than that. I didn't know Cursula was that not bulky. Why aren't there any, like, good Pokemon that are, like, jumping out at me? Avalugg. There we go. That's a good Pokemon. Poor Avalugg. Nobody remembers Avalugg. But I remember Avalugg. Okay. So we've got Avalugg. And I'll go ahead and give him some useful moves. Okay. Alright, now we got Avalugg. So now we need a Pokemon. I don't know, one of these Azels will work just fine, honestly. We'll replace the roleplay with Stomping Tantrum. And then we'll give it Vital Spirit is okay. Nothing unusual about Vital Spirit. Should be alright. And we just need those 3 realistically. Now I think about it though, we probably want to have Avalugg. Probably want him to have a accuracy dropping move like Sand Attack. And you probably want this guy to have Simple rather than Vital Spirit. Okay. And that should work fine. Actually, let me go ahead and make Azelf level 50. Just so everything's a little bit more even. And that should pretty well cover everything. We also need a generic Pokemon. So I'll just grab another Avalugg. But I won't give it Truant. I'll give it some regular ability. I'll give it the ability Torrent. Oh, you'll be fine. Okay. Let's see if we need anything else. I think everything else can pretty well be handled. That should be good. Okay. So we should be able to just get this, I think, with just these 3. I think that should be enough. So I'll go ahead and leave with these 2 Avalug. I'll leave with our Truant one. So we'll go ahead and save. Now I'll go ahead and load up our battle. And that should give us a minimally a good start on what we need. I'm going to go ahead and start off by using Entrainment into my Avalug. And then Avalug can't actually kill anything, so I'm going to go ahead and have kill this guy just so there's nothing inconvenient going on here. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and grab my Azelf, level 50, and my Avalug. In the Showdown damage calculator sets, it's called Avathug in 1v1. It's a good name. Okay. So this has 145 attack, perfect. And this Avalug has 170 HP and 204. There we go, perfect. Perfect. So we'll grab Stomping Tantrum and Stomping Tantrum. And Stomping Tantrum has completely distinct damage rolls, so that's perfect. Can't ask for much more. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use Entrainment, and this will fail. I'm loafing. Alright, so this is 161 down to 161 down to 139. 161 down to 139, which is 22 damage. So that is a non-doubled Stomping Tantrum. So, Entrainment. Truant. Doesn't. So if I try Simple Beam into this. Just to make sure, I'll make sure Azelf doesn't have minus attack right now, but nope, it does not. So I just tried Simple Beam. So now I'll try Stomping Tantrum with that one. So that's going to be 170 minus 147, which is 23. 23 is again one of those that indicates that it's not a doubled Stomping Tantrum. So Simple Beam into Truant. Doesn't double Stomping Tantrum. Let's see about Worry Seed. $170 minus 123. You can see that did significantly more damage. 47, so it does double. So Worry Seed into Truant does double. Okay. So now let's go ahead and just try. I'll just click this over and over. And then we'll go ahead and we'll click Sand Attack. I'm actually going to switch into my other Avalug. So that way he doesn't have Truant. That doesn't matter. Okay, and then we'll use Sand Attack. And what this will do is it'll get me down to -6. You should be able to notice here that my entrainment could start missing here now. That was, but it failed, but it could miss. Yep, it could miss. Yep, you can see. So now Azelf is at -6. So if I try to use Entrainment into my Truant guy now, this should still have the potential to miss. Miss, excuse me. Yep, it missed. Can miss. So if I try Simple Beam as well, that should also have the potential to miss. Yep. However, Worry Seed should never be able to miss. And this one's a little bit harder to prove, but I'll just click Worry Seed a bunch of times, and we'll see that it never misses. It should always say it doesn't affect. By the way, this is not generally true. It's not as if you have, it says, it doesn't affect Pokemon, that means it can't miss. That was a pretty fast mash there. I shouldn't be mashing probably at that particular time. Yep, doesn't affect. That's 3. And note that each time I use this attack, I only have a 1/3 chance of actually succeeding. Nope. Still haven't missed yet. And I've used, what, 9 of them now? Something like that? 7 about them now. I've used at least 5, right? So that'd be, what, 1/3 raised to the 5th? So what's 3 raised to the 5th? I don't know. I mean, you just keep going. I'm multiplying the odds. It's not missing, so. Cannot miss. I think that's pretty... I think I pretty well secures that. So I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to use Worry Seed into my... Actually, I need to switch out this time. Go ahead and switch out. And I'm also going to use a Lepa Berry onto my Worry Seed because I may need it. I'll switch my other Avalugg back into my Elf. So now if I click, I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to use Simple Beam. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Simple Beam into Simple. So that just set the Simple Beam. That didn't actually override it yet. I'm actually going to go ahead and heal my Azelf since it's been taking a little bit of damage here. That'll do. I'm going to use Simple Beam again. So this will fail. So let's see if that double Stomping Tantrum or not. This will do. Stomping Tantrum. 170 minus 146, which is 24. And 24 is in a range of not doubling Stomping Tantrum. Doesn't. However, if I use Worry Seed into Insomnia, that will be a different story. So I've just used Worry Seed into Insomnia, and now I can use Stomping Tantrum, and this should double. 161 down to 121, which is 40, so it does double. The min-roll, actually. And so now we're going to try the same thing. Let's go ahead and Sand Attack this guy down to having no attack. I'm going to go ahead and use Simple Beam. Swap back to that. Because Simple Beam should have a chance of missing. So if Simple Beam misses at any point here. Yep, misses. Okay. Now, Worry Seed into Insomnia should not be the same thing. However, I could miss my initial Worry Seed, so this might take a little bit. I can miss this one because it's Worry Seed into Simple. In fact, it'd probably just be faster for me to switch out and switch back in, rather than messing with this. So if I use Sand Attack again, now I'm going to use Worry Seed. I can't miss this initial one, which is what I care about. Now that I have Insomnia, I'll never miss with Worry Seed again. Now I'll just mash A bunch, and I'll get a lot of text saying that I can't do this. This part right here is just review. Yep, and still no misses. And I'm actually out of Worry Seed, so that's perfect. Yeah, I think that pretty well covers it as well. I think that covers literally everything I wanted to test. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and show off something else, because I don't know if I've had it on footage or camera or not. I'm going to show you what happens if you Dynamax a Truant Pokemon. It's really funny. This is the Truant one, right? Yeah. So if you Dynamax a Truant Pokemon, it just doesn't kind of work. So watch this. I'm going to Dynamax and use Max Guard, and it kind of won't work. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what I use. Huh? That worked, actually. Is it because I used Max Guard? Well, minimally, I should not move on the second turn. I think they changed that. Yeah, there's my Truant. Well, I hope I saved in front of them. I can't remember if I did. Usually I'm smart enough to do that, but maybe I'm not this time. If that's the case, I think they actually fixed a bug. And they didn't tell anyone about it. Oh, I didn't save. Oh, well. Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably faster to fly to Isle of Armor and battle one of the... Like, battle Avery. Not this button. Okay. Go ahead and fly over to Isle of Armor. We could fly to Crown Tundra as well and battle Peony, but I won't. Avery is a little bit closer. So I should be able to just use Max Strike here. But yeah, Avery's really fast to get started in a battle. Except he has this annoying dialogue. But if I use Max Strike here, hopefully a Slowbro can't kill me in one hit. If it can, I'll be really annoyed. Don't. No, 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 no! Ah! Why didn't I save? Ah. Why didn't he just miss? Why wasn't I faster? Why didn't any number of things take place? Alright. You know how we're going to fix this? Just level this thing up to level 100 real fast. Alright, I'm not going to save this time again, but it's going to be fine, because I'm going to level it up to level 100. I don't want to use my EXP candies. Oh. Even though that, I mean, I know I have genning, so I could arbitrarily just get more of these whenever I wanted, but whatever. Okay. Level 100. Okay. Don't learn too many new moves. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. I still have Truant, right? I still have Truant. Yeah. Okay. All right. If Avery, if you can one-shot this, then I'm gonna be so mad. It shouldn't have taken this long. I just want to use Max Strike. I'll send your head spinning. Oh, you're gonna send my head spinning if you do something annoying again, Avery. Alright, I have like 100 more levels than you. No! 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 Don't do it, Avery. Don't do it. Don't do it, Avery. Don't kill me. Don't. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, fine. Use a super effective attack. Congrats. Yeah, I'm able to just attack immediately. And now I can't do it again. Yep. Okay, it's the exact same as Max Guard. There shouldn't have been any difference, but just wanted to make sure. Okay. That's enough. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.